Hello painting friends! Today I'm going to start painting on top of this wood panel, which is 8 by 10 inches. I'm going to start painting a sunflower field, and it's really lovely to have this nice painting. And start with the sky, which is on top, and then fill all the like a grass, and then on top we will bring our sunflowers. It's a field of sunflowers. So I have on my palette white, light blue color, and the green. So the sky is something like this space, not much, a little bit like 1/3. And I'm going to start with this light blue color, adding like this technique. I want to see the brush stroke, so I'm going to start with the top to bottom, start adding the paint on top. Even I'm going to add the cloud on top with the white color, and you can see all these brush stroke at the same time. I'm going to add the white color, shape it as a cloud like that, and even a little bit here. Even a thick colors is visible. I'm not let them blend together. I really love this thick color be visible. Move on with the blue color everywhere with the blue, light blue color. Even if you have cobalt would be good. You don't have to have always this light blue color, but if you have cobalt and you would like to add the other blue, it's better to be light, so you can mix with the white a little bit and let it move to the lighter tone. But I'm happy with this light color, so move on with the white color. Try to shape as a cloud. Just heavy brush stroke from top to bottom, which is lovely technique of heavy brush stroke. Even you can move a little bit left and right. Take heavy paint, not blending at all, and let it move to the top of surface and be more make a heavy texture. Actually here on center I'm going to add a tiny bit cloud, even more here on top. A little bit blue I need to add. Come down more. So I'm okay with that. If I bring this close, you can see how much texture I have on top. So even you can mix another blue if you like to let it a little bit darker here, and that blue can be cobalt. That's the cobalt blue, which is darker than the one that we already have. So even for this cobalt blue, which is too dark, I'm not directly use this one. Take some, mix with the lighter blue to reach lighter tone, but two different value, and I can use this one. That's the nice one to bring on top. Let it mix with the other blue. Just feel free to bring lots of stroke. Okay, so we can leave it get dry, that's fine, and then we move on for the rest. So we use heavy texture, so it takes really time to get dry, but in this case we can finish the field as well. I'm just going with the light green color. I'm not adding much color right now. And then on top I would like to bring more the yellowy sunflower and the green, darker green, and all the colors. So I'm okay to cover it by just a flat green color. Try not to make it so thick because it takes really time to get dry, and I would like to bring more yellow color on top. Because of that, just try to go one back and make it more flat and cover the rest with just a light green color. So we can do together. And that helps us to get rid of the white of canvas first. And then we have an idea about the green color, so we can draw our sunflower on top and then bring the leaves and everything beside that. Okay, now everything is dry and ready for next layer, and I'm going to add two different green color. One of them is olive and one of them is hooker green. This is the black, and I'm going to add yellow and reddish brown for the next layer, and almost we need the light green as well. So it's bunch of sunflower cover whole this green landscape, and it's big or small. The bigger one is here in front of us, and in between there is a lots of small sunflower and some bigger one is there. So I'm going to take this reddish brown to start drawing the shape of sunflower to have an idea where should we place each of them. And the one which is here is so much big, and it's a little bit like that. Half of it is visible, not all the part of the flower, just half a flower is visible. So randomly I'm going to add all this like a petals with reddish color around to separate this part from the rest of the grass or with the rest of the leaves. So the yellow one come on top, but it will visible under it in between, and it's yellowy brown, which is so lovely for our flowers. So this is that one. Center is black and the rest is yellowy color. The other one I would like to bring it here, just have an idea about the biggest part, something like that. And I'm going to add reddish brown to make the big circle here. You can add more or less sunflower, it depends how much you would like to add, but this one given us an idea that we can add the yellow sunflower on top of it, and these are a bunch of petals which is darker around. And the other one which is bigger is this one here. I'm going to add another circle here. And the other one is here. Half of it is on the sky and the rest is on the green part. So these four are the bigger one, the rest is so smaller. After we finish with those, we can add some smaller in between. So we need to add more yellowy reddish brown, sorry. So for the rest I'm going to add a smaller one, like one here, one here, a lot small we can add in between. Just not pay attention to the size of circle, just adding a little bit more reddish color around. And one here. I think it's okay to have some there, a little bit small I prefer to have here, and another one on a small here on the sky, and I think would be okay, maybe here, and we can leave it like that, would be okay. Okay, so until this brownie color of flower get completely dry, then we can add the yellow color on top and add the black color for the center. Now we can add a little bit green mixed with black and make some stem and leaves around. So we already have different green. We can mix them and shape as the leaves. And I'm going to use different colors around each other, beside each other, and make the heavy texture, and even we can make the painting more strong with lots of colors, lots of green colors, and even with the heavy paint. It's back and forth. Even if you cover the brownie color, you can add again more brown color on top. And I'm going to make it busy as much as I can. And I'm going to add a lots of heavy texture, so you can see all this texture I make here, which is so strong. Just add more green here in between, some lighter green around and close to that. Just randomly add some bunch of green beside each other to make it busy as leaves and a grass, or even a stem. On top I try to add more lighter tone than the dark one. Darker one is placed here on the under the canvas on the bottom part, and the lighter tone placed on top. So that's fine. clean the brush, move on with light green, a little bit texture. Okay, this, I think it's enough. We can add more petals and cover the sunflower, and then if we need to add more green, we will do it later. So far is okay. Now I'm going to mix my white color with the yellow to have lighter yellow, and the reason is white can make the yellow color a little more strong and help it not to be transparent and be more opaque. Because of that, I use pure yellow, and I use this mixture of yellow and white together to draw my or paint my sunflower. So a little more, nice to have more yellow. And I'm going to use really heavy texture for this. So this is my paint. Okay, and I would like to keep all this reddish brownish color first and then add the yellow on top. I'm going to start with this pure yellow, and I'm going to add the yellow on top of the orangey tone. It's not orange, actually, it's a little reddish brownish. I would like to keep that one and then move on with this color. But you see, it's so transparent. Then move on with this one. It's so opaque and heavy, more strong. It can cover it. And try to shape sunflower in between. I'm not paying attention to the black color that we need to add on the center. We will do that later. Just the petals, it's the main things that I'm going to pay attention. And then I'm going to do this one. And then the other. The bigger one is easier because randomly we add a lots of yellow to cover everywhere. And I'm going to use really heavy texture, and it takes really time to get dry, but after it get dry you can touch them and feel all these nice texture you make on top. So this is the other big one, and I need more yellow to add. Just randomly add some yellow, and then this mixture more look like the petals. Now it's the turn of this smaller one. They are so small and tiny. Just randomly you can add a little yellow around and cover it. Even we need more yellow mixed with the white. You can use tip of brush to shape all the tip of petals be more narrow and pointy, same as the shape of sunflower petals. So it takes really time to get dry. I'm sure more than an hour, but if you are in a hurry you can use hair dryer to draw faster. But even don't worry about the center, which is black. We will bring those black color on top with more heavy texture so they can sit on top of even on a wet surface. Okay, I leave it like that to get dry a little bit, And then I'm going to add the black on center. Just before adding the black color on center, I'm adding reddish brown. With the red color, I would like to mix them a little together. That's reddish brown. When it gets dry, it's so dark. I prefer to have lighter color and even brighter color. So because of that, I'm going to mix it with red and give me a nicer color. I can add randomly somewhere in between, just not everywhere, which is lovely to have some lighter tone and make it more pointy to let it nice color be visible. Not everywhere, just some of them would be okay. The feeling of red always nice to have in between the flowers. Just some here. I think would be okay. We don't need to add a lot around the others, so that would be fine. We can clean the brush very well by napkin and switch to the black color. Still the yellow is wet, but I'm going to add the black color on center with more heavy texture and with less pressure. So when I'm going to add here, I try to help it sit on top of the yellow. You see it's a little mixed with it, but that's fine. I add less pressure and try to make heavy texture on top of each flower to let it sit with the black on top of each. And then this one, heavy paint, circly brush stroke, clean the brush, take more. Now we can call our painting is done by this nice flowers and lots of beautiful leaves around, and I'm happy with it. It has a lots of texture on top, so I leave it get completely dry and then I can touch it, and even the signature is at here on top. Thank you so much again for joining me. Hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Bye.